Just a little note here before we get going in the press conference today. We are broadcasting out at our world headquarters, Redshores.ca, and we'll be getting started here in another 15 minutes or so. But as you continue to roll into the grandstand here today, the owners that are in attendance, of the Gold Cup horses that will be introduced here today, there is an ownership package for you. It's a welcome package that's put on from the PEI. Harness Racing Industry Association, along with Red Shores, all full of goodies. You should get it today because it does include passes and gate passes, okay? So if you want it, you can get it from April here as you enter. Those are for the owners. Press kits, we have those as well. So chock full of information. All right. This is your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to post time for the Gold Cup press conference. We'll ask everyone to take their seats. And those of you tuning in online at our world headquarters, Redshores.ca, will be ready to go here in 2 minutes and under. And the mic's live. Okay, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Gold Cup and Saucer press conference for 2025 here in the grandstand overlooking Red Shores Racetrack and Casino and the legendary Charlottetown Driving Park. I'm going to be your master of ceremonies today. My name is Lee Drake. I'm the manager of racing, marketing, and sales. And we have a full house here today. I know we also have many of you tuning in online. We appreciate that through our world headquarters today. And joining us on our social media platforms as well, where you can get all the details throughout the week on Facebook, Instagram, or X, formerly Twitter. A couple of housekeeping notes as guests continue to roll in, especially owners that are with us today. We really appreciate that. There is an owner's package. It'd be great if you can pick it up from April today. April, our assistant manager of racing and broadcast. That's all put together on behalf of the PEI Standard, the PEI Harness Racing Industry Association and Red Shores, and it saves you a few trips because it does include the passes and the gates open later. So that's a little note I had from some of the owners, so we'll pass that along to you. And the press kits, yes, all the media, we appreciate you being here. So welcome, UMI and broadcast locations. Welcome to the horse people and industry groups in attendance. We have Chairman Blaine McPherson here today with the PEI Harness Racing Industry Association, Julie Jameson, the Executive Director as well, along with Zach Conway from the Harness Racing Industry Association, James Perot, the President of the PEI Standard Horse Owners Association, and shout out to the Director of Racing as well, Kyle Burton with the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission. All the media members that are with us today and the ambassadors, we'll meet them in just a few minutes for the 2025 edition. And also hear from our guest speakers today. We have the Honorable Jill Burridge with us, Minister of Finance, Minister responsible for harness racing is with us today. We have His Worship Philip Brown, Mayor of the City of Charlottetown. And we have Mr. David McKenzie, the General Manager of Red Shores and representing our title sponsor, Atlantic Lottery, who will be joining us and bringing greetings today. And of course, we're here for the official draw of 2 trials, 16 horses, action-packed superstars, and our racing secretary, Gerard Smith, and also Dylan Elaine from the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission will conduct the draw. So, if you're ready to go, we are ready to go to kick things off for 2025. And the ambassadors, the Gold Cup and Saucer ambassadors are here. They will be putting the horses on their official boards and their trials. And right now, I'll ask Peter McPhee from the Manager of Racing Projects with Red Shores and a member of our Red Shores Race Day broadcast team to join me as we will introduce the Gold Cup ambassadors for you. Okay, let's introduce the ambassadors for 2025. Zoe Cormier. Zoe is the daughter of Kelly and Sam Cormier, Riverview, New Brunswick. She is the granddaughter of George Sticks Frizzle and has grown up in the harness racing community, including owning horses with the Oaks Stable. Zoe recently graduated from MBCC in the Administrative Professional Program. She'll be representing the Canadian National Institute for the Blind as her charity, and she's excited and be honored to be the 2025 Gold Cup and Saucer Ambassador. And yes, we are very proud to have that community program return this year when the winning horse and winning ambassador will donate $5,000 to their charity of choice, while the other charities will donate $1,000.
Haley Leclerc. Haley is the daughter of Amy and Mark Leclerc of Sherwood, PEI. Haley currently works at 4Kids Dentistry as a registered dental assistant. Haley grew up around harness racing as her great-grandfather is Robert Conley. Robert is honored with a memorial race during Old Home Week, so it's very special to Haley to be a Gold Cup ambassador this year. Haley played sports from a very young age and is thrilled to be representing Kids Sport PEI as her charity.
Mary Jane Power. Mary Jane is the daughter of Greg and BJ Power of Waterside. She is entering her 4th year in the Bachelor of Science in Applied Forensic Psychology at St. FX University and plans to pursue a career in nursing. She will be representing Hospice PEI as her charity. Mary Jane is excited and honored to have been chosen to represent harness racing as the 2025 Gold Cup and Saucer Ambassador.
Emily Thistle. Emily is the daughter of Margot and Jason Thistle of Green Bay PEI. She is currently in her 4th and final year of nursing program at UPEI with the goal of specializing in pediatrics. Emily will be representing Camp Triumph as her charity, and she's excited and honored to uphold the tradition of harness racing as a 2025 Gold Cup ambassador.
Welcome to Bridget Judson. Bridget is the daughter of Dr. William and Tara Judson of Alexandra. She is entering her 3rd year of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program at UPEI. Bridget is honored to represent the PEI Cancer Treatment Center as her chosen charity. As a Gold Cup and Saucer ambassador, Bridget is excited for the 2025 harness racing season.
Sophie Freeman. Sophie is the daughter of Susan and Mitch Freeman of Charlottetown. She is currently working at Fisherman's Wharf Lobster Suppers in Rustico and Sports Center Physiotherapy while heading into her 4th year at Mount Allison University. Sophie will be representing Sports PEI with an emphasis on women and girls in sports aspect. Sophie is thrilled and honored to be a Gold Cup ambassador this year, following in the footsteps of her former babysitters, Drew Smith DL and Lauren DL.
Abigail Sherry. Abigail is the daughter of Chad and Robin McCormick of Montague. She is currently working and exploring new opportunities as she shapes her future path. She's proud to represent the Alzheimer's Society of PEI as her chosen charity, a cause that holds deep personal meaning to her and her family. She is honored to represent the sport of harness racing as a 2025 Gold Cup ambassador and looks forward to raising awareness and giving back to her community through this meaningful role.
Mia Josie. Mia is the daughter of Rob Josie of Charlottetown and Melissa Josie of Stratford. She currently works as a tour guide and server at Peaks Wharf Boat Tours and an ice cream roller at Truck and Roll Ice Cream. Mia also spends her spare time volunteer coaching the U15 PEI lacrosse team. Mia will be representing the Wild Rose Sanctuary as her charity. Mia is very honored and excited to be representing harness racing as a 2025 Gold Cup and Saucer ambassador.
Nicole Watts. Nicole is the daughter of Kelly and David Watts of Hampshire. Harness racing has been a part of her life for as long as she can remember, from learning about the sport through family's Windermere Farm to attending her Poppy's Memorial race in honor of his love and dedication to Old Home Week. Nicole is representing both the Watts and Wilkie sides of her family. She is currently entering 3rd year UPEI, studying the Bachelor of Science, majoring in psychology. Nicole will be representing the PEI Humane Society as her charity. She's thrilled to be representing harness racing as a 2025 Gold Cup ambassador. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Would you give them a warm welcome as their roles continue as the ambassadors for 2025 in the Gold Cup and Saucer? Okay, so now we're going to move to some comments from our special guests, and we're going to start with the Honourable Jill Burridge, the Minister of Finance and the Minister responsible for harness racing here in Prince Edward Island.
All right. Thank you, Lee. And very, very happy to be here. This is an exciting day. So good morning to all of you. Still morning. I see Mayor Brown back there. I'll recognize you. He's always smiling, but especially smiling today with the opening of this today. So on behalf of Premier Lance and the Government of Prince Edward Island, welcome everyone as we're kicking off one of PEI's favorite summer events, Old Home Week. As you know, over 9 days, the Charlottetown Driving Park will host 10 cards of world-class racing, culminating with Gold Cup and Saucer on August 16th. This year marks the 66th running of Canada's most prestigious race on a half-mile track. Given that, and it's not hard to understand why this event and harness racing itself is deeply ingrained on our provincial identity. In addition to the best of Canadian harness racing over the coming days, we'll enjoy a variety of agricultural competitions, demonstrations, displays, 4-H events, and of course, world-class island entertainment and food. To every organizer and competitor involved in the events over coming days, we see you and certainly appreciate your passion and dedication. A special thank you to all the owners, the trainers, the drivers who have entered the 2025 Gold Cup and Saucer. Your years of devotion to your equine athlete and to this sport will be the center of attention for this year's international audience. And congratulations to this year's ambassadors. Thank you for participating in this exciting event and for everything you'll do to promote the races and help ensure their success. I applaud your community spirit and appreciate your involvement in the charities you're championing that we heard about today. Thank you to our Gold Cup sponsor, Atlantic Lottery, and to David McKenzie, Lee Drake, and the rest of the Redshores team for your support. I still haven't figured out where they get sleep through this week. I don't know how you run this and where your gas comes from, but it's a big week for the team here, and they do exceptional work. Thanks must also go to Chair Blaine McPherson, his staff, and all the members of the PEI Harness Racing Association, as well as James Perot, Chair of the Prince Edward Island Standardbred Horse Owners Association, and their members for their passion and dedication to this industry. And a special thanks to Julie Jameson, Executive Director of the PEI Harness Racing Industry Association. She is someone who is quietly integral to so much and does so much, and she probably doesn't get the thanks she deserves, so thank you, Julie. To the many locals who will be competing during Old Home Week, I wish you the very best of luck, and I know you'll do PEI proud. Events like this foster a sense of community, bringing people together from all walks of life to celebrate a shared passion, and we've all witnessed the immense joy that they bring. With that in mind, I want to recognize all the volunteers, management, and staff associated with Old Home Week. Your engagement and enthusiasm makes this event one of Canada's greatest harness racing events and a very memorable week for Islanders. Finally, on behalf of Premier Lance, you're invited to an appreciation breakfast being held from 9 to 11 next Thursday, August 14th. And it's in O'Brien's Social Bar and Kitchen here at Red Shores. I'm excited for everyone to take in the world-class events, experiences, entertainment that the organizers have lined up. I will be there. I look forward to it. I wish you all a safe and successful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. The Honorable Jill Burridge, Minister of Finance and Minister responsible for harness racing here in Prince Edward Island, for those comments. Now we have His Worship Philip Brown, the Mayor of the City of Charlottetown. I know he's always excited to be here. He was telling me how excited he was a little earlier.
Well, I can say a lot, but I'm going to keep my comments limited. I do want to announce, just to follow up on the breakfast, that the province will be holding on Thursday, the 14th, is it? So this Friday is the Old Home Week Gold Cup and Saucer kickoff, a barbecue down at Founders Hall, and hopefully our Gold Cup and Saucer ambassadors will be there as part of the celebration from 11:30 till 1 o'clock. Free hot dogs, free food, ice cream sandwiches, entertainment, and maybe a speech from members of council, but please, we're inviting all of you to show up. So I want to thank our Minister, Jill Burridge, and her words of wisdom and her encouragement for this great week, great celebration that's coming up here. And I also want to recognize Robert Mitchell, who's here, and Blaine McPherson. Good to see Blaine here as a representative from the Standardbred Horse Owners Association. And also to the fans, the harness racing fans, funding partners, and everyone in attendance today. It is always my pleasure, a great pleasure, to represent the city and to welcome you all to the official media launch at the Redshores Racetrack and Casino. Every year, mid-August, Charlottetown comes alive for this time-honored tradition. It is part of the identity of our city, and since 1888, it's something that continues to bring us together as a community. On behalf of myself and Charlottetown City Council, we are so proud to be a partner and contribute to support the biggest event of the summer. And again, special thanks to all other levels of government and corporate funding partners who make this event a reality. This includes, of course, Atlantic Lottery, who are presenting the 2025 Gold Cup and Saucer. But on the Atlantic Lottery, it was 20 years ago, Lee would remember this, that the track opened after Hurricane Juan. It was 2023. This whole grandstand was torn to be, the roof came off, and Atlantic Lottery, with the assistance of Bert McQuaid, came in to be part of building this facility that we love and admire today. And I also like to reach out and recognize Mike O'Brien, who was Deputy Minister of Finance at the time under Mitch Murphy. So we have a beautiful facility because of their efforts to make this happen. And then, as Lee knows, I always try to bring in something a little bit historical. And being a former teacher of history and core French, it was during the Provincial Heritage Fair that a young person by the name of Lincoln Waite did a presentation on Old Home Week and the Gold Cup and Saucer. And it starts off 1973 Gold Cup and Saucer race. In 1973, my grandfather, Leslie Waite, was 20 years old when he was the winning driver with a horse named Dr. Walter C. This horse was born and raised by my grandfather and his family. Over 50 years later, he still holds the title of the youngest driver to ever win the Gold Cup and Saucer race. And his horse, and this is great writing by a grade 6 student, and his horse, Dr. Walter C., was the only horse that was island bred to ever win the race. Something else unique is, now you have to listen carefully to this, is that was the last year of double dashes were used, which means the horses compete against each other twice. They can combine the scores and the best scoring wins. But if it's a tie, like if someone comes first in the first race and second in the second, but the other guy comes second in the first and first in the second, they have to check the timings. So it was a dramatic finish, and I know Lee would remember this, as Dr. Walter C. came first I'm not trying to identify his age, came first in the first race and second in the second race. But Gons Butler, and that's not a person but a horse, Gons Butler came second, coming second in the first and first in the second. Can you follow that? It's quite difficult, but my grandfather won by only 0.2 seconds. This was the second year in a row that ended in a tie. And so from then on, they decided to move to a single race so they could crown the winner after just one race. So there's a little history from Lincoln Weight. And you know what? When you talk about the Lincoln Weights, I think about these young people that have this passion and this need to preserve this industry. And those are the kids, those are the young people, including the ambassadors here today, that will continue on this tradition that we love and admire so much. And I said this to Lee before today's event. I remember there was the signage out on midfield, the Kentucky of Canada. Well, CDP, Red Shores Casino and Racetrack is not the Kentucky of Canada. It is the harness racing venue, the best harness racing venue. I said in Canada, but Lee went further. He said it's the best harness racing venue in North America. And that is a proud, proud part of not only Charlottetown, but our island history. So I am very glad to be representing the city on this great event announcement. And I also do want to recognize, just seeing Gail and Freddie McDonald, just this past month, we lost a great member of the racing fan community, Urban Rabbit McDonald. And you know, a lot of you knew Rabbit, who was very much part of this industry. His brother, I don't know if he's always calling the right calls in his article in the Saturday newspaper, but Freddie tries his best. And Gail is a great photographer doing all her great work here. So Urban was, and I should say Urban Rabbit McDonald, was very much part of this industry and a big fan of it. So in ending, I would like to just end by saying that a sincere thank you also to the team here at Red Shores, Racetrack and Casino, and city staff who put in so much work to bring this exceptional harness racing competition to life. We recognize how much effort is required, and we appreciate your dedication. So for this Old Home Week, get down this Friday, 11:30 till 1 o'clock at Founders Hall Park for a great time with our ambassadors for Gold Cup and Saucer. 2 weeks of great times here in Charlottetown, and let's enjoy it. And as I always said, it's time to get all fired up, and let's get ready. Thank you very much.
His Worship Philip Brown, Mayor of the City of Charlottetown. I just want to mention as well, I know the Mayor did announce this back at the Standardbred Horse Owners Association banquet, and comes up this weekend with the Birthplace Federation Series. It's in honor of Harris Johnson, who of course is not only a very successful businessman and into the Hall of Fame here in business, but also a long connection to harness racing. So the eliminations in that series comes up on Saturday, and the final will be, of course, on Gold Cup Day. Thank you for that great history lesson, your Mayor. I was 4 at the time, and I thought you were going to take back some of the great history, like when you mentioned Hugo the Human Cannonball, when we had that in the center field. Remember that great event that we had in the center field, all those great events and great history for sure, marked around this great race. And now our title sponsor of the Atlantic Lottery and the general manager here at Red Shores, please welcome David McKenzie.
I remember Les Wade and Hugo, the Cannonball. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome everybody to Red Shores on behalf of the title sponsor of the race for the 3rd year in a row, Atlantic Lottery. And we're really happy that Atlantic Lottery has enabled us to increase that purse to $100,000 again for 2025. Minister, Your Worship, industry leaders, we're awfully proud at Red Shores about the partnership we have with government and industry. We think it's the envy of the racing world. It's something we work hard at every day, and you see the results in front of you today. I wanted to acknowledge the ambassadors. They were getting ready this morning around the office, and the energy was unbelievable. It's so fantastic that you volunteered and you've committed to the charities that you have. There's someone behind the scenes that we've never recognized, and that's Kelly Feehan. She's with us today. She wears a whole bunch of hats at Red Shores, including the coordinator of the ambassadors, which I can tell you is no small feat. So round of applause for Kelly Feehan. I'm just going to bring you quickly up to speed in terms of what's happening around the grounds here while I've got the mic. The casino, the new casino piece of the casino will be open this weekend. The bar, they're getting that ready right now. It's about an 85% completion in that portion right now, but it's enough that we're going to be able to host guests for Old Home Week. And I'd like to kudos to Andrew McKay, Mike Arsenal, Josh Nicole. There's a bunch of people have been involved with the contracting team and the architects to ensure that it was open for you for Old Home Week. When Old Home Week's over, we'll get the new casino piece finished. Then we'll be turning our eyes to the renovations of the existing casino. So the old casino is 20 years, as the mayor mentioned, it's 20 years old and in need of a facelift. And it's going to get a major facelift, all of which will be complete by February in 2026. Minister, on time, on budget. Okay? So thank you, everybody. We're really looking forward to the energies in the air, led by the ambassadors, led by Lee and the race team. You can see the beer tent setting up. Freddie, just in case you were wondering, it's all ready to rumble. And Don was wondering about that too. But it's ready to go. We're really pumped about the horses that have entered the race. There's 16, there's 8 from PEI, and there's 8 from away, which is a fantastic dynamic. And thank you all for coming today. Thanks.
Thank you, David. David McKenzie is the General Manager of Red Shores and representing the title sponsor of Atlantic Lottery. So the real stars, of course, are those equine athletes on the track, and I'm now going to ask Gerard Smith, our race secretary, and Dylan Elaine from the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission to come forward and conduct the official draw. We have 2 trials here for you today. They'll give you all the details and how it's going to map out on this great racetrack. And while they're coming up, I also want to give a shout out to a gentleman you don't see very often because he's always hard at work as our official starter, and that's Jeff McDonald. Where are you, Jeff? There he is. He's in the starting gate. John Power is our paddock judge. They do incredible work. Scotty McKendrick is our driver in the starting gate as well. Billy McKillen fills in, but they do a tremendous job, and it's not often you get to see them out on that big billboard and how they start these races, so a big shout out to you. So we'll turn it over to Gerard and Dylan, and we'll get the official draw underway.
Okay, first of all, before we do the draw, we have to separate a couple. There's 3 stables, meaning that they have common owners or common trainers. So they got to be separated, and then we'll take the other 10 and separate them. Okay, first trial. You know, there's people out there that think we're magicians and we can just, we're not that sleight of hand. Okay, I'm gonna pull a horse, say the name. Dylan's gonna shake the pill bottle there and give us a number, and the girl is gonna. Okay, first one out, B to B. Number 8. Salisbrook, Ian. Number 6. Roland. Number 2. Malignity. Number 1. It's major, major A. Number 4. Bounty hunter. Number 3. Virgo. Number 5. And Legion Sealster. Number 7. Second trial, Nothing But Finesse. Number 6. Lakers Bank. Number 1. Poseidon Sealster. Number 4. Mickey Shannon. Number 5. Fortify. Number 2. Twin B Tough Enough. Number 8. Better Than Spring. Number 3. And Arbitrage Hanover. Number 7. And that's it. I forgot to ask, when's the second book coming out, Fred?
Thank you, Gerard. Thank you, Dylan. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The stage is set for the all-important trials, Trial 1, Trial 2, coming up on our Super Saturday. This Saturday, post time for the first race, post time is 4 o'clock today. We'll have the official layout of that program, where they're going to land on the program. You know that the second trial will be the last race of the program. Will decide where the first trial lands on the card as well. It's interesting, you know, with all the hype and everything that goes into the draw and holding of your breath if you're an owner, for sure. Some worked out, some didn't, but, you know, Blaine, I was talking to, saw Blaine and Freddie sitting there. Blaine was sitting next to the Prophet, first time in 20 years, and gets a really good post position, so good for you. Blaine, make sure you sit next to the Prophet more often. All right. So we just introduced the horses going to compete for a spot in the 66th running of the Gold Cup Saucer, presented by Atlantic Lottery. So each of those entries, as I said a little earlier, they do receive an owner's package on behalf of the PEI Harness Racing Industry Association. And we want to thank the team there, including Special Events Outgoing Committee Chair Mike Curry, who helped put together some of these packages as well. We'd like to thank the province of PEI, of course, and Tourism PEI for their continued support on bringing people to this great province for this great week. And also pleased to announce the Break the Track Record promotion. It's presented by Warren Ellis and Summerside Chrysler Dodge for $10,000. So if the record goes on Gold Cup night, there is a breakout for that. The winner gets 5, and then we spread the rest of the money out. But that package for track record is in play for the 66th running as well. Gold Cup week will also feature Atlantic Sire Stakes, memorial races, and customers and fans from around the globe who come here to Atlantic Canada's entertainment destination. Racing kicks off this Thursday and Friday at 6. You'll have the complete rundown of post times and draw schedules in your press kits. And Red Shores is pleased to launch the Super Saturday this Saturday, as I mentioned, with those $15,000 trials post time at 4. The Race Day broadcast presented by the City of Charlottetown and proud sponsor of the Birthplace Confederation Series, which will honor Harris Johnson. And you can watch our broadcast and wager through HBI, Horseplay Interactive, and now you can download their app from the App Store. Our broadcast team of Vance Cameron, Peter McPhee, Kurt Hughes, and Rocky Skierman will also be joined by the voice of the Meadowlands and Hall of Famer Ken Workington. Special thanks to the entire Red Shores team, as David mentioned, especially our race office team at Gerard Smith, Kathy Caraher, Tara Polton-Myers, Jaylene Baker, Joey Power with Standard Canada. And it's a long stretch drive, I know, for all of you, but we appreciate everything you do. The James Roach McGregor Memorial Gold Cup Consolation, presented by The Guardian, Post Media. The trials, consolation, and the $100,000 Gold Cup and Saucer will be broadcast by our radio media partner, Ocean 100. In closing, congratulations to Old Home Week and Gold Cup Parade organizers for putting on together some incredible programming for this island tradition. And speaking of traditions, we are proud to welcome island musician Jill Chandler to perform the Island Hymn as the horses and drivers step onto the track for the Gold Cup. So for those of you here today and all of you joining us throughout North America, we look forward to hosting you at the greatest show in harness racing. So we do have a schedule of events, and I also think we have the Gold Cup promo package video that we're going to end off with you today. So thanks for coming out. All the best. See you here at the track.